First up, I want to thank Hamish Dodd, because I had no idea he was going to be talking. But basically, he gave you all the how-to of how to do video. And all I sat there thinking was, oh my God, how come I didn't meet him 10 years ago? Because I have everything he talked about would be amazing if I could only have known that 10 years ago. So I'm going to talk about a bit of my story. And my story is really about how I developed a point of difference in this industry. But not just for the sake of having a point of difference, but because I wanted to find something that would help me to get the best possible result for my clients. And it was... Where's my clicker? I'm not techie either, Jane, so I can appreciate what you've been saying too. I don't do my social media. So my journey really is about very early on saying I'm going to do something that gives me a point of difference, and it's going to be through the use of video. And that was back in 2014 when literally very few people were using video. I had no idea what I was doing, and that's going to become very apparent when you see my first video. So my life in real estate, my life before real estate was all about marketing. I'm very lucky to have had the opportunity to travel the world marketing Kit Kat, and that was at the time the world's #1 chocolate brand. Kit Kat taught me absolutely everything I know about marketing, and that's what I've really, really used to build my marketing expertise, I guess, in this industry. But what I want to say loud and clear is that Kit Kat did not teach me about people, and real estate has taught me about people and relationships, and it's such a big difference. Selling homes has taught me all about people. It's a relationship business, and we're very lucky and very privileged to actually have the opportunity to spend so much time with people, understanding their needs and understanding how we can help them. After 17 years in the corporate world traveling for Kit Kat, my husband and I decided it was time to come home. So we flew back to New Zealand to start a new life. And this is about within a week of arriving in New Zealand and looking out to the ocean at Waiheke going, what the hell have we done? And what the hell are we going to do? We had literally no idea. Within days, I bumped into an ex-colleague of mine from my Nestle Kit Kat days. And she said, well, why don't you give real estate a go? I was not convinced. I really wasn't. I asked myself, why should anyone use me? I looked at the real estate world out there, and there's so many different agents doing so many different things, and I knew that to succeed, you actually needed a point of difference, and you needed to make yourself worthy of being chosen. So I had a look at what was out there, and I felt that selling real estate, or actually selling and buying real estate, was one of the most emotional things you can ever do in your life. But no one was using emotion in the marketing of real estate, from what I could see. It was all features-based. If anything, and Hamish touched on this, the mantra is to depersonalize. Get rid of everything that is associated with a family, make it look like a blank canvas, help them to disassociate, help buyers to see themselves. I just didn't feel happy with that, because for me, homes are about people. So I decided that what I was going to do was to help by telling the story of the home. And again, thank you, Hamish, for mentioning that as a neat idea. So I wanted to bring emotion into the marketing of real estate, and video was obviously going to be my vehicle. To do this, I needed to get to the heart of every single home, and I needed to understand what makes that home special, so I could tug on heartstrings in the marketing to help people fall in love, and I guess, in a way, lose sight of the numbers. Get the negotiating out of the picture, because all they want to do is live in that home. My first opportunity to test my theory came with my very first listing. And I turned up to the video shoot with a videographer that someone had given me, and we had no idea what we were going to do. When you see this video, that's going to be very obvious. And please don't critique all the technical stuff that you heard about. But I'm going to roll that video now. I've got an absolute gem of property to show you today. It's tucked away in one of Devonport's finest streets in Stanley Point, and it must be one of the most peaceful and secluded areas in the whole of Auckland. And what I thought would be great today was for you to actually meet Philip and Sue. They have lived in this home for 45 years.
45 years, yes.
45 years of happy family living, and we've brought up our 3 daughters here in this beautiful place. It's like resort living.
We are looking forward for you to come through.
Isn't it cute?
When you come into the gate, you look at this lawn. It's ginormous. This house is set on over 1,100 square metres of land.
Boys love playing rugby here. Very unusual to have a lawn of this size. They can have a decent game of rugby on.
When you walk inside this house, the first thing you feel is happy family moments, magical moments. It's just so full of heart. Just look at this formal dining room. It's so rare these days to get a room like this. I bet a lot of fun's been had in here, Sue.
We have had a lot of fun in here with both family and lots of friends to dinner. And the window seat there gets all the sun in the winter. It's a wonderful place.
Now we're outside in a spectacular garden, and it's northwest facing, so we have all day sun and we have setting sun.
We put the pool in about 1982, didn't we, Philip? And the stone around it is Welsh stone. It was brought out to the Bank of New Zealand, and we had to get a rugby team to come and help us put it in.
I just know you're going to love this home. It's distinguished, it's delightful. You can live in as is, or you can do it up right now. And it's really the kind of home that dreams are made of.
So, thank you. That video kind of went viral in the days before the word viral was in. It got more viewings than every other video in the history of the company I was working for at the time, Barfoot & Thompson. That's including all their training videos and their annual results and everything important. And the most amazing thing, and again, Hamish covered this, thank you, Hamish, retention. 95% of people were watching it to the end. They had never, ever had a video that everyone actually watched. And they started ringing me, asking me what the hell I had done. And the only answer I could work out was, I guess it was interesting. And I told the story of the home. So that was my first one. And what then happened is the property, ironically, was bought by someone who lived just around the corner. So I delivered these street invites, and on the back, I put the Barfoot & Thompson listing number, but I got my kids to handwrite on every single flyer, view video at, because I know no one looks for videos then, so by doing that, I made people sit down and watch the video. And this family did that. They watched the video, they came to the first open home, and then they bought it. And they bought this house completely on impulse. And why I say that is because they just bought a home, they just started a 9-month renovation, they had no intention of buying a home, they bought this completely on impulse. Now, I know about impulse buying and impulse selling from KitKat. I didn't expect it to translate into million-dollar homes, but it sure does. So that's what happened. They bought the home. Anyway, they gave me their home to sell. And as you watch this home, I made their video. I want you to try and work out why you think this family bought the home of the video you've just seen.
The home I'm going to show you today shouldn't really be on the market. The current owners, in fact, I think they're absolutely mad to be selling it. They've spent the last year creating the home of their dreams, yet within moments of finishing it, they're off to do another renovation. But look, let's not worry about them. The good news for you is that this house is on the market. The first word that comes to my mind when I wander through this house is new. Everywhere you look, it's new. Double showers with a freestanding bath, so you can put James in one shower, Sam in the other, Anthony in the bath, and Mum and Dad at the sinks. The whole family processed at once.
Hi, my name's Sam. His name's James. He's my brother.
Now tell me, what do you love about this new home?
I like there's more space. It has a big backyard, and there used to be a big stone path in the middle, so they took that away because then we couldn't tackle when we were playing rugby.
What do you think about your parents taking you away from this perfectly renovated home?
Well, and Dad just brought us into this new renovation home, and it's perfect. But now they're gonna put us into another renovation, so and it's mad. It's very mad.
We've got so many good memories here. Great memories with the kids charging around out the back, teaching them how to ride bikes, teaching them how to catch a ball. All that stuff's here captured in our backyard.
How lucky are you that this crazy family is off to do another renovation? Well, let's let their madness be your game.
So, thank you. So, why did they do something so stupid? Yeah, the kids wanted the house. Why did the kids want the house? Rugby, yeah. So there's a free box of KitKat, 48 KitKats at the back for you after for getting that right. So, yeah, once again, bought on impulse and bought totally for emotional reasons, absolutely no common sense whatsoever, put themselves at massive risk, but hey, they did it. And by the way, they only just completed their renovation 8 years later, so yeah. But they love their new home. They absolutely love it. But this is when I realized onto something. People don't buy houses. They buy the life that the home can offer. And that was a really aha moment. I guess it was in my gut, but those two videos just literally, or those two campaigns just literally taught me that that's the essence of emotional marketing and bringing emotion back into it. So, it's not just about the home, it's about the area. So as you can probably detect, I live in quite a nice area, and we do get a lot of expats coming back home. And what they're trying to do is buy a Kiwi life. And they need to understand, or they need to be motivated and excited by the Kiwi life they're going to get. So in this next video, I actually get the family to talk to me a lot more about the area. And I'll just roll this one.
In today's frantic world, there's nothing more appealing than a home that makes you stop. A home that brings you together as a family. A home that's all about fun. A home that really offers you the lifestyle that you have been yearning for. If what I'm saying strikes a chord with you, then sit back and watch the story of Fort Glen Road in Devonport. You can't really beat this home for idyllic family living, so who better to tell you more about it than the family that have created this haven of a family home.
So when we moved into the house, this back garden was just a blank canvas with a sloping lawn and a beautiful tree. And we've got 3 active kids, and we wanted to create a playground for them so they could bring their friends over and we could see them interact and really be part of how they were growing up.
When I first saw this house and I came up the stairs, I saw this tree. I immediately thought, man, this is going to be something. You run into the pool, it takes no effort whatsoever. You jump in the pool, you walk out, and then you're on the spot already. It's easy. If you feel like you need some alone time, you just climb the tree. You can do a ton of stuff with this tree. You can put even more platforms, and you can actually jump from the tree to the tramp. That's how cool it is. So if you want extra height, that's what you'd have to do.
When I first saw this house, I thought, wow, this is so close. I mean, you could just get up 10 minutes before school starts and just run to school and barefoot, and all your friends are so close, and it's such a nice school. You make so many friends there.
I think what I love about this house is that it's brought our family way closer together. Where we are is like located opposite the wharf, and the wharf's just the most amazing time in summer. All of us, me and my siblings, spend our days there, just jumping off, like lying on the deck that's there, and then a 10-minute walk and you're in Devonport Village and you can buy ice cream and lie on the beaches. And Devonport's such a nice community that when you move here, you'll just kind of be a part of. Everyone knows each other, and it's always nice when you walk through Devonport to say hi to everyone and like just be part of that, I guess, like get amongst it. Yeah.
So I think you get the picture. Pictures and words cannot possibly get that message across. This home was bought by expats living in London, coming home to have a Kiwi life. They bought that sight unseen. So it's, again, the power of emotion. So I know that making videos like this is probably not for everyone, and I don't want to pretend it's easy, and I have spent many years, I guess, developing a way of doing it. I'm going to share with you not the technical side, no way. You can see that that's not my expertise. But I'm going to share with you a few simple questions that I use. But for the time being, what I want to say is that whether or not the owners are going to be in the video, because it's not always possible to get them in, I follow the same process. I sit down with them and I ask them to tell me the story of their home. And the advantage of that is you actually get into their hearts. They feel that you care. They feel that you understand, and they feel that you know their home. Most people selling their homes get frustrated because they don't feel that an agent really understands their home. Well, this is their way, my way of making sure they know I understand them and their home. So what I've done is I've developed 4 simple questions. So building on what you've heard before, this is all I do to get the results that I get. There's 4 simple questions. I call them my Kit Kat questions in honor of my Kit Kat days. And here they are. What made you buy this home? What do you love about living in this home? What do you love about living in this area? And then last of all, why are you leaving? Now, it's hard to believe, but those 4 questions literally get them talking, and so much comes out. So fast forward to 2021, and probably one of my favorite videos. And I want you to watch this, and I want you to see if you can spot those questions as the video flows. So this one's another beautiful Devonport home. Watch out for those answers. It's not often that I come across a home that absolutely stops me in my tracks. A home that intrigues you from the street and draws you into its very heart, and then immediately touches your soul. A home that almost speaks to you and wants to tell you its story. 51 Church Street, nestled in the foothills of Mount Victoria in historical Devonport Village, has done just that. I've never experienced a home anything like this. But who better to tell you more about it than the current owners, Sarah and acclaimed artist Simon McIntyre, who have lived here for 35 years and reinvented this early century villa.
Now, this home is a fascinating history, and for us it opened up from the very first day we arrived here and walked up the path to this really enchanting little cottage and immediately captured us. Over time, we got to live in that for 15 years and eventually had a conversation with Malcolm Walker, the architect, about how we might sort of turn it into a more substantial family home.
The real success and what we love about living here, when you're living in it,
this is what do you love about the home?
Experiencing a space. Every room opens out onto the outside. The outdoors are indoors almost.
It means that all the doors, particularly the French doors, operate a bit like a painting. They're like they're a window on this world of green. Our favourite spots in the home are generally dictated by the season, time of day, what we feel like doing. In the winter, in the old sitting room, a glass of wine, a good book, and the fire, that is an absolute treasure.
The big window seat that has the softest squab I think I've ever felt. Our children spent their lives on that window seat, and the cat.
And then obviously for me, the studio has been an incredibly special place. I might get emotional about that. I can literally sort of put a bag over my shoulder and say, I'm off to the office, and going up the stairs, and it's a nice element of separation. And of course, they're up in amongst the birds and the trees there. It's like being in a tree hut. Designed by Malcolm and has exquisite light. It's a place of great joy for me.
The position of the property is fabulous because we're 15 minutes.
So what do you love about the area?
It's a really lovely walk. And down to the sea, it's 5 minutes down to the end of Church Street.
Pretty much every day ask ourselves,
why are you leaving?
Why on earth are we leaving here? This is just, it's madness, really. We mix our emotions from, feeling absolutely heartbroken about leaving this beautiful place, but real excitement about building out on the West Coast in a completely different environment. So it will be new in every sense of the word.
I hope you've enjoyed this little insight into this lovingly reimagined villa. The opportunity to be its next custodians is one that you would be crazy to miss. So again, another story of impulse purchase. That home was bought by someone who happened to see the video on social media. Obviously, I didn't post it. And they came to the last open home on a Sunday before the auction on Thursday, and they bought it on Thursday. Now, he was an architect. His wife was an artist. They were going to stop at nothing to buy that home. They were not looking for a home in Devonport. They had no plan to buy a home. Yet they went on to, again, do something which may look a little bit crazy. Has it come up? No. So we had 300 people through those open homes in the 4 weeks. We had 9 bidders at the auction. CV was 2.7. I gave it quite a kind of brave CMA because I could feel its magic, but it was sold for 3.9 million. That literally blew everyone away. What I did at the auction was I played the video. Normally the auctioneer starts and goes, it's got this and it's got that, it's got this, and no one's listening. Instead, sorry, shame. Instead, our auctioneer kindly let me play the video. And there was 9 bidders, plus all their families and everyone else. So everyone in the room was in tears before the auction even started. And by the end, they were literally, everyone was in tears, but everyone was hugging. Is it coming up? Does that come up? Yeah. So everyone all the bidders were hugging each other and congratulating the winner, and everyone was crying, and that was kind of covered in the media. Like, what is it about this house? Why is it the agent crying? Why is everyone hugging each other? That was my happiest day in real estate. And it still makes me cry. It still brings up emotion. Anyway, pull yourself together. Okay, icing on the cake. It was the winner of the 2021 Marketing Award for REI NZ, but that's not why I do it. Why I do it is because it's what makes me happy is making other people happy. And then I'm going to close off with a little video from the owners of 51 Church Street that we actually filmed the same time we filmed their video. So before we'd actually got these amazing results, this is what they said.
Linda's the consummate professional, I think. She's really into the detail. She's a fabulous communicator. And we thought we trusted her, didn't we?
I think the other thing I would like to add is she's actually a lot of fun to work with. The input she has into the whole process is often, it's intelligent, it's thoughtful, but it's also fun.
For us, selling our home is such a personal thing. And she completely came into our world and explored our thinking and our place with us and got excited about where we were going and what we wanted to do. Clearly, she's a very busy person, but she makes you feel like you're the only one, that she's just doing the best job she can possibly do with all the tools and knowledge that she's got.
Having the best people around
and
her.
I think that's, and nothing's a problem, is it? It's no, oh no, we can't do that. It's, oh yeah, we could do that.
We were really drawn to Linda's videos because they have the personal touch, and she manages to make the place sound interesting and
well, she gives you a feel.
It gives you a feel for the place. She gives you a feel for the place, I think we could finish by just saying I think we're in really good hands.
Yeah.
So, just want to finish off then. Like I said at the start, it's real estate that taught me about people. And my whole journey has been about learning how important people are in the mix. And I just really want to say to all of you, never lose sight of that. It's about caring how your clients feel, both vendors and buyers. It's about getting into their hearts, and it's about always thinking, how can we help you? It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about them. Never lose sight of that. And oh no, I just wanted to try and pronounce that. Hei tangata, hei tangata, hei tangata. Before you go, I've got Nestle very kindly have given me a Kit Kat for every single one of you. So as you leave the auditorium, I'll be there with my sister Jackie, and we'll be handing out Kit Kats. So make sure you come out by the water station, much nicer than water, a free Kit Kat for everyone and a whole box for you. Thank you for listening.